What's good? Good. Had this conversation this morning. What's good? What's blazing in sports? What's good, my man? How you feeling? Had on my way driving top of the morning to you, Trey X. I'm actually on my way on vacation, man, and just stopped by my parents' house in like northern Indiana, man. I couldn't wait to talk about all this clownery, man. Yeah, Patrick Pinochet. Hey, man, we making it happen. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh man. What's good, Dr. Blick? What's good, passive student? Siler Charles said, what's up for nine? Shout out from the 402. What's good in the 402? Sal, what's going on, man? Cornelius Littlejohn. Jakari Mackey, what's good with you, man? I already said, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, well, yeah, I drove, I got up like 4 in the morning and finished it off. But no, we got another 18 hours or so. We got another 13 hours of driving. I'm gonna do this. Oh, did my wife get the job? She goes, oh yeah, I mean, she got the job offer. She got a couple job offers. She's about to go out there to I think the one in Texas is like next week that she goes out to. But we'll see what's up. Best way to start the day for non-live stream. That's what's up. What's going, Kushmo Juan? So let's get to it. Hey, y'all, hit the like button on the way in. That would be greatly appreciated. Say grown men and getting up to make that bread. Yes, sir. Gotta get up, man. Gotta get up. I'm on vacation. Just gotta. What is this? They got a new icon or something. Cool. Funny, man. They got a new icon on this YouTube thing. So look, man, I wanted to cover some stuff. So did I get a new mic recently? No, I haven't. Is it sounding funny or something? Let me know if it sounded funny. No, I still got the same mic, man. I got the same mic. I'm in a different room, so the sound might sound a little differently. And then I also recorded something in a different app sometime. But let me know, is there something wrong with the? For now, did you see Ishe Smith cooning again about Broner's offer? No, I didn't, man. But hey, man, not everybody can be that, man. Reese Mack, what's good, man? Oh, said, good morning, but good morning. Oh, a little bit muffled. Oh, I just have it closer to my face because I'm in a different room. Here, let me back it up. Is this better? He said, no, it sounded better in a few of the a few of the videos. Yeah. I mean, I had a video that I did in a different room, and I think the acoustics are a lot better in a certain room. What's good on Reese Max said, why is Showtime, Richard Schaffer, and AB ishing on the $1 billion deal? Well, let's talk about this, man. Okay, that's cool. So it sounds better. Good to know. I got it. Well, first of all, it's not a $1 billion deal. I've already said that. That's Eddie Hearn exaggerating. Richard Schaffer was basically like, look, man, you gotta what's going on, Houdini sometime? Well, let's start with Adrien Broner, because that's the subject matter of this, man. Adrien Broner was offered, I guess, a 3-fight deal. What's going on, Famous Athletic? What's going on, man? He was offered a 3-fight deal, right? One was $2 million, one for $2 million, one for $2.5 million, another one $2.5 million. What's going on, Two Robinson? Houdini sometime, what's happening? But what happened is, so he called that like slave wages. And he said it's a worse deal than the offer that was made to him by Rock Nation. So people were looking at, and I've seen what the purses are for fights. But Stephen Espinoza said that he thought it was silly. What's going on, Blood Boxing? He thought it was silly of Eddie Hearn to think that Adrien Broner isn't already making more than $2.5 million a fight. Now, there's a bunch of different ways that you can cut that up. Like, I haven't seen the deal. He says Struggle Boxing, Rock Nation's deal was really good, though. But here's the thing, okay? When we look at the purse and say, okay, yeah, this is a purse, right? But that doesn't mean if you, like, for example, what Mikey Garcia said about how much money he's making and how much money Vasyl Lomachenko is making. Robert Garcia was talking about how much money Mikey Garcia is making. And he said that there was 3 times as much money. Mikey was making 3 or 4 times as much money as Vasyl Lomachenko. And Vasyl Lomachenko's purse is $1.25 million. But you see that when you look at the purse, the published purse for Mikey Garcia, it's also $1 million. So where does the rest of that money come from? Right? Now, this is not just Adrien Broner saying that he's already making more money. This is Steven Espinoza also saying you'd be silly to think he's not already making more than $2.5 million. And you have Mikey Garcia saying that he's making 4 times as much as Vasyl Lomachenko, right? So these are 3 different people who are saying that guys like Mikey Garcia and Adrien Broner are making over $3 million a fight, but their purses only say $1 million. But I think something that is really demonstrates what this could be, and I'm telling you, I would actually have to see the agreements to know, right? That what Robert Garcia said is, look, that there's a big chunk that the promoter, in the case of Top Rank, is making more money than the fighters are, right? So he's like, he's not going to pay you $1 million, and he's not making more than you are. I'm paraphrasing what he said. So Bob Arum, if you take that out of that, right? If you take that out and you say, okay, well, all the money goes to the fighter, then you have the promoter cut that goes to them, which might be something that's listed beside the actual purse. It could be a different stream of income, right? And it could be paid differently and not be reported to the sanctioning bodies that want to know what the purse for the fight is. Now, the reason that they could do that, though, is because they might get paid off of a percentage of the purse, right? So who knows, like, if there's fees associated with the purse. And so, example, I know that the WBC for purse bids get a certain percentage of the purse. So in that case, it would make sense to pay somebody a smaller purse, but give them their income in different ways. So you save money on the sanctioning fee, right? So you wind up paying the WBC less, or the WBA less, or the WBO less, right? So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I think is happening. They're getting paid. Like Mikey Garcia was reported that he was going to get $3.5 million, or Errol Spence was reported that he was going to get $3.5 million for Lamont Peterson. But what's going on, Malik Omar? But the purse said 1.25. Well, we know that the WBC gets paid off a percentage of that purse. They probably don't get a cut of the promotional fees or the gate, right? So Eddie is flat fee. Siler Child says Eddie and his flat fee schemes. Yeah, so you always hear about how these guys aren't just passing up money now. Let's just be real. They're not just going to be passing up money. But at least that's how I could think that they might be able to get around that, and why you might see a purse listed for less. Tiger X says Al Heyman is negotiating back-end money and replay residual rights for his fighters. Yeah, I'm sure he might throw that in there too. You know, he could throw that in there too. And he could get a cut of the gate. I know that he takes like 10% in a manager's fee, and not the 33% that usually comes out of that for the manager. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But at the end of the day, man, you just got to assume that these people know how to count their own money, man. You know? Blood Boxing says the Zone streaming services is a piece of shit. Effed up transatlantic deal. Chavez Jr. is available at the best to be the machine behind the Zone and Matchbox. Man, you called him Matchbox. That's crazy. Well, I mean, I know there's just different. I think there's probably just different revenue streams. But I mean, you know, hey, man, I don't know. And that would just be me guessing. But hey, if they're all saying that they're making more money. They're probably making more money, right? I doubt very much that those three guys are gonna that you're gonna just double Adrien Broner's purse and him not think that, him not think about it. You know what I mean? Mike James Boxing says a lot of pocket watchers on Twitter asking Showtime where the money is coming from. Damn, some of these dudes are trying to hate and play detective. None of your business where the money's coming from. What do you care? Last time I knew, HBO. Oh, would you think CBS is like selling Oxycontin on the corner or something? What is that about? The money's in the United States. What are you talking about? You're not going to buy these dudes out. You're not going to. They got money, dude. They got money. All right. United States is not short on cash, Holmes. We are cash long. I wish I could get me a bigger piece of the American pie, but trust me, that's a big old pie, homie. You said 58 people watching. Y'all hit that like. I see 113 people in the stream. Yeah, man. Let's hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We don't need promoters no more these days because of the internet. Well, you probably need them for like, the fact if they're giving out these cash advances and stuff to be able to fight the guys that are already signed with them, and promoting and trying to sell, trying to get tickets to a, sold in a particular venue. I mean, that could be a good thing for a promoter. I just don't think this a transatlantic. I just don't know how that's going to go for these dudes, man. Just straight up. But the other part, LP, what's going on? So they said, internet, sorry, I'm Ron Finkel. The promoter doesn't really seem to be good at breaking down doors anymore. Nah, they're kind of running like an internal scam, where they have everybody signed and they have their fighters fighting each other, man. Have you seen Blood? What's going on, Malik Omar, man? Shout out in the super chat. Thanks for supporting the cause, man. I said, have you seen Blood Bison's plantation Hearn videos? Yes. Hilarious, man. Oh, it's Black Ham said, y'all out there still taking advances. Yeah, man, that's not the lick. Pastor student Eddie Hearn thinks U.S. fighters are broke here because the fan base ain't heavy. I don't see why. Yeah, man, but Richard Schaffer was tearing it up. He was like, you gotta I will probably do one of those when I get back later tonight, man. What's going on, Mike Biggs? Boxing. What's happening? But I'll talk about what Richard Schaffer said in a second. Blood boxing. Slave driver Hearn thinks he can just throw around a few dollars like he did these buffoons in England. Keep all that translating deal overseas. Yeah, man, he's looking terrible, man. He's looking terrible. And it's not like cats don't have the right of first refusal. Okay, he offered you what? All right, we'll beat that. I mean, and so anyway, man, Eddie Hearn, what's his name? Richard Schaffer was tearing that deal up because he said, yeah, I see you, native black faculty boxing. He says, Fanon, have you noticed that there's no promotion for Terrence Crawford, Jeff Horn fight at all? What's up with that? It's the same thing every fight, man. It's the same thing every fight. There's no difference. The only difference is because of all this, for me, the only different thing is that I've tried to do like a video a week on it to talk about it because, I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. I'm a Jeff Horn fan. I'm looking forward to that fight. It's not very far away at all, but they don't have the money to spend on it. That's my take. They don't have the money to spend on the promotion. His deal is certainly not a lucrative deal, at least from what I understand. So he's got to pay for that promotional stuff out of his pocket, man. Somali Pirate, Top Rank ain't do shit for Terrence Crawford. He needs to bounce. Hey, man, he's making good money, but hey, he seems like he's happy, man. If he's happy, hey, I'm happy for him. I would like to see him in a situation where these welterweight fights can get made, though. Mike Aviation says, Fanon, how long do you think AB will still be making a $2 million plus purse? I don't know. I mean, I would have thought he'd be done with that a few fights ago, but he's still rolling. I think it could be whenever he fights, to tell you the truth. I mean, if he takes a touch-up, he takes a soft touch-up next fight, it could easily be for another 2 or 3 fights, man. That dude is very popular. Or he's very He does very solid numbers, viewership numbers. He does very solid gates. I mean, as long as people can make, as long as he's making money for people, he'll get paid money. It's just, that's just the way it goes. If you could be the best fighter in the world, but if nobody wants to see you and you ain't making any money for them, that's where the money, people get paid for how much money they pull in. And Adrien Broner pulls in money for these guys. So I think he'll be, as long as he can make money for them, he'll be making money. That could be, good, bad, or indifferent, with your feelings on it. But I mean, that's my take on it. Somali Pyre, where do you think the fight's going to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly, I just don't think they really want. I don't think Anthony Joshua really wants to make that fight. I don't think they do. I think they want to wait 2-3 fights. That's how they're acting. I mean, and I'll put it this way: like, if I really wanted to believe that the fight was going to get made next, there are some things that I could do, some mental tricks I could play on myself to make that think that, right? Or to justify that argument. Anthony Joshua's came to the US. He's given interviews in the US. They're continuing to talk, but you got Eddie Hearn meeting with Povetkin's trainer. I think that if it's not in the next couple days or whatever, they're gonna have to go to purse bid for Povetkin. You got Anthony Joshua acting like he doesn't want to come to the United States. He wants it to be in the UK, offering that sucker 2-fight deal, which is a sucker move. Like, if you're not going to keep your word about fighting for $30 million, for $50 million that you asked for, why would I believe, or why would any reasonable person believe that you're going to keep your part on a second option, right? What would just keep you from just saying, no, I'm not doing it, right? And I bet you he tried to do it in some other fashion other than a rematch clause. And what, is going to make the rematch clause in in a venue to be determined? I wouldn't. Or, in a venue in the United States. I don't believe him, man. I just think these dudes they're so full of it. At least that's my take. I hope the fight happens. I really do. But, well, let me say, at this point, I don't even know if I really do. Said Fanon, what about Stanley Bailey? Said Fanon, what about Robert Easter moving his camp and training with Kevin Cunningham? Very smart. First of all, the weather's better. Second, he just showed really good results, and that's quite a camp he's got out there, man. That means he's out there. That means he's sparring and training with Gervonta Davis and Adrien Broner and Devin Alexander, man. That's a good camp, man. That's a good camp. And it showed. They already showed, man. He already did it. That's what's going on. He did. That's a good look. I think that's a good look. I think that's a good look for everybody involved. I think his chances go up of beating Mikey Garcia if he's there. Good afternoon. What's going on, Black British boxing fan? How you feeling, man? AJ signed 3 fights for $100 million when he can almost make that deal in 1 fight with Deontay Wilder. Yeah, man, I think he wants. I just don't believe that dude, man. He just sounded so full of it in that interview. And I honestly, man, I rarely listen to everything he says. I try to stay away from listening to Anthony Joshua because I don't want to. I don't want to wind up disliking the guy. But what's going on? What's going on, Renee Love? But I did listen to that interview once with Stephen A. Smith, and it was like I thought. I was going to wind up not liking him. He laid out a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of marketing material, right? Saying he's got 4, he's a champion in 4, he's got 4 championship belts when there's only 3, when the IBO don't count. Shout out to my man Angel Santos, but it don't count. 2, he starts talking about how Deontay, when Stephen A. Smith says, hey, well, these 40-0 with 39 knockouts. Anthony Joshua starts talking about, well, that doesn't matter. What was he doing when he was 20-0? I mean, what do you mean what was he doing when he's 20-0? He knocked out everybody he fought. You didn't. You know, I mean, what? And he's not 20-0 anymore. He's 40-0. He has twice as many fights, man. The dude literally has twice as many professional fights as you. Experience counts for stuff, man. You know? So anyway, man. And then he says, he needs to be realistic. He needs to be realistic about his financial. Like, what do you mean he needs to be realistic? He offered you $50 million. How much more realistic can you be? Right? So, I mean, it was an interview with Stephen A. Smith, who, I think he might even mispronounce the dude's name in the interview. And didn't know that he thought he had 2 belts, not 3. And then Anthony Joshua doesn't correct him and say 3. He just goes to 4. Like, boy, you don't got no damn 4 champion. You don't have 4 major titles, man. Stop doing a Gennady Golovkin, okay? The WBA regular does not count. The IBO does not count, all right? The NABF does not count. Get up out of here, man, with that nonsense, man. So, what's good with you, Malik Omar? It's just ridiculous, man. I think that dude's ridiculous. So it's really hard for me to listen to him, man. Very, very, very hard for me to listen to him. So, yeah, anyway, I don't know if it's going to happen. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It won't be the first time a really good fight didn't happen. Oh, they trying to sneak in the heck yeah, dog, try to sneak in the IBO. Like, what do you IBO? Oh, say, hey, Bloodbot said I'm gonna destroy Hearn later today. Yeah, I'm gonna go in when I get to where I'm going, man. I'm probably gonna light him up one too, man. Hey, what's going on? LP said I'm supporting your show and Deontay Wilder from Australia. That's what's up, man. Shout out down under. Looking forward to that fight coming up pretty soon. With let me actually see when this fight is, so I make sure. I think it's next, not this weekend coming up, but it might be the next. Oh, wow. Jose Ramirez let Freddie Roach go? Wow. Oh. Wojciech is trying to get his hand. Get out of here, man. Wojciech gonna get. All right, anyway, I'm sorry, man. I got stuck looking. I was looking up this fight and I got stuck on BoxRec real quick. Not boxing scene. Okay, so it is June 9th on the ESPN Plus app. The same night, going head to head with Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares. Doesn't that suck? Man, not only is it they're not publicizing the fight, they're putting the fight on an app that costs extra money, and they're counter programming Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares. And that's the same day as the week as Tyson Fury comes back. Got Louis Neary fighting that night too, Mr. Juice. Yeah, it's just terrible, man. Yeah, that's not the best, man. Punchlines and Pugilism says, who you picking out of Easter and Garcia? I have to go. I have to favor Garcia. I got to favor him. But that's a change. That's a game changer though with Robert Easter down there and with Kevin Cunningham. Because I'm telling you, I've long said that I think that Kevin Cunningham is somebody that gets more out of their fighters. Like he gets a lot out of his fighters, right? I think like Spinks and Alexander. I didn't think that they were Corey Spinks or Devin Alexander were crazy talented, but they came to fight and they performed very well underneath him, man. And I think that was the best I've seen Gervonta Davis look, right? And even Adrien Broner came to show a lot better than most people thought was going to happen with Jesse Vargas, man. So, hey, said punchlines and pugilism's Easter better fights hall, period. Hey, we'll see, man. I'm certainly hope he does well, man. I certainly hope he does well. Let me go through some more of this. How much time we on here, man? Been here about a half hour. I got to hit this road. For now, what up, man? What's going on, Patrick Scott? It ain't going to happen next or next after that. Joshua and his team are chumps. Yeah, I mean, Joshua's a phony, man. I don't care what happens in this fight. I don't care. He's a phony. That dude is just a phony. Like if you just met somebody in the street and you were like, dude, that dude's phony. Like his smile's phony. The way that he talks is phony. I mean, I don't even believe that's how he really, he's sitting there just grinning, man, with his mouth all wide open. Dude, just your fraud, man. That's not who you really are. Big Femi. That's not who you are. I believe button down collared shirts. That doesn't seem, get out of here, man. That is not you. Patrick Finisher said, Ash Youths don't realize that Haddon came to the U.S. to fight Floyd. His fans will come to Vegas. Yeah, but see, he might just think that he's going to come to get knocked out, man. Yeah, he said, Woolbag said, small Femi now. Yeah, hey, agreed. Boxing Mind TV said he's a clown. How do you ask and get 50 million and still don't accept it? Because he didn't mean it when he said it. He was being a smartass. That's what he was. He was like, okay, so you want me to come to do this fight? Fine. Because he said the thing started was he said, not, oh my God. You know what this dude said? Remember when he said that we're going to come to Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder with an offer that if it was me, I would jump at. That's what the dude said first. Then they offered it. Then he was they made the offer, $12.5 million flat fee. So that was the deal that Anthony Joshua said he would have jumped at. So when Deontay Wilder said no, he didn't want it, everybody started talking about, no, that's a flat fee deal. There's no percentage on it. That's garbage. Then he says, being a smart ass, says, oh, well, yeah, let's say it this way. I would have taken that deal because that's the context behind him saying 50 million. I will take that money, but yeah, offer me $50 million up front and the contract is signed tomorrow. So they offered it to him. And then he didn't take it, which tells you he's full of ish. He didn't mean it when he said it. He was just talking out of his neck, which is why you just can't accept anything he says. Right? Once he said, oh, well, what I really want now is a 2-fight deal. Because I think financially that you asked for what you got, man. Oh, yeah. Boxer said, is it Anthony Johnson or Joshua? I forget. It's Johnson, isn't it? What's good, Carl Burrell? I think it's Johnson. Anthony Johnson. We should just start calling his ass Anthony Johnson, Joshuason, something. Blood Boxing, how was you on that drink? Who you talking about? Me? Did I call him Anthony Johnson? I've been saying, I don't know if I called him Anthony Johnson or not. I thought somebody put that on my thing. Was it me that called him Anthony Joshua on a video, Anthony Johnson on a video or something? If I did, let it stick. I'll be calling him Anthony Johnson for the rest of my life, dog. Johnson, yeah, Anthony Johnson. I didn't realize I did that. I saw that a couple people they said Anthony Johnson. Yeah, Anthony Johnson. Nah, dog. No, I was not on that drink. I called his ass Anthony Johnson because whatever, man. I was mad and it flew out my mouth. I must have, because I didn't even know I said it. So people now telling me that it was me. Anthony Johnson. Ash Juice Johnson. Oh, ESPN called him Anthony Johnson. Okay, thank you, dog, because I didn't realize that I did that. Oh, they called him on NBA show, bro. Okay. That's what I thought, man. That's what I mean. I didn't realize people just kept putting it in there. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that they called him. That does sound like something that Stephen A. Smith might do. But I tell you, he didn't know anything about the dude. That makes it even worse. Dude is terrible, man. Anyway, he's a phony. Dude is a phony. And that's something, he was a phony before he learned how to fight. Just for real. He's a phony because Anthony bitch assness. Exactly, man. You're a phony before you learn to fight because you don't get trained into being a phony. That's got to come natural, man. Blood boxing, Fanon, ESPN Anthony Johnson on the NBA show. Yeah, dog. But see, that just tells you, man. Come on, man. They're not going to say LeBron Jones. You know what I mean? Antonio McCray, shout out to Super Chat. They're not going to say LeBron Jones. You know what I mean? They're not going to say Steph Carter or anything like that. You know, Tiger Wooden, none of that. They know who these cats are, man. And he got Deontay Wilder's name right. Man, I liked what Stephen A. Smith was trying to do, man. Stephen A. Smith was like, look, man, when's this fight going to get made? And Deontay Wilder's saying it, you know, you don't want no parts of him. What's going on? Well, where was he when he was fighting 20 fights? I have accomplished much more in my fight. I can't even try to do no damn British accent right now. You know, he was getting ruffled. His feathers were ruffled, man. Throwing out that nonsense. Where was he when he was 20-0? Like, he ain't 20-0. He's not 20-0 now, dog. He's 40-0. And he doesn't hold the IBO belt. Well, I wonder if he's going to say that. Well, you know, I've got an IBO mandatory I've got to take care of. Yes, I would do the fight, but, you know, I've got an NABF IBO mandatory. They've asked me to. Adam Konacki turned down Eddie Hearn. Adam Konacki. Dude can't sign Adam Konacki, man. This dude, this is how bad. See, when you get a bad name, it's tough to come back from a bad name, dude. Oh, no, they should not let Max Kellerman. That's a conflict of interest. He said, Renee 313, seen Anthony Joshua at Hartfield Jackson Airport. Oh, for real? Hey, I hope he's going. Did you see him? I hope you saw him heading out to LA. Why is he getting on the NBA? Why is he getting on? What's he doing on the NBA shows, by the way? Anthony, dude, black folk are not going to like you, man. Not here. No, they're not going to, because you're a fraud, man. And being a fraud, being a fraud is easy to spot in the United States when you have a British accent, because they already kind of think you're something soft about you. Just telling you, not me. I'm just telling you. They already going to think you're kind of soft because you speak like that. Just for real. I mean, I have a Midwest suburban accent, and black folk in America will think that when they hear me speak. And I don't sound, and I don't sound like Harry Potter. All right. When you talk like Harry Potter, they're going to think you're soft, man. And then when you got some dude from Alabama, right? You got a crystal black dude from Alabama saying that you scared of him and you can play his highlight reels. All they're going to do is want to say, hey, man, when's this dude going to get knocked out by the dude from Alabama? They want a crumpet. I don't understand how they do that, man. It's like he doesn't close his mouth when he talks. What's going on? What's going on, World Breaker Fighting? Under Armour NBA promotion. Well, Under Armour needs to cut that, dog. They need to go sell that Under Armour over there in the UK, man. That ain't working over here, man. A spa tee, exactly. Fanon, he not trying to be like black people. He wants a tea and crumpets crowd. It's not going to work. The tea and crumpets crowd don't watch boxing in the United States, man. Good luck with that. You need to do your demographics and understand that they're watching NASCAR. Well, actually, the tea and crumpet people are the U.S. version of tea and crumpets are watching golf. They're watching tennis, and they're watching baseball. You'd be better to go try to throw a pitch out with the Yankees or something like that. But they're not watching you, okay? They're not watching boxing. They're not watching boxing here, okay? You get the gutter. You get the gutter and the barrio. Is that it? The gutter and the barrio. That's what you get in the United States, okay? That's the boxing fans, man. MP4 Vids, what's good, my man? How are you, sir? Just listen to Richard Schaffer break down that deal. I'm going to do a video on it later, man. That dude, I learned a lot listening to him, man. Oh, man, I'm telling you, listen to that Richard Schaffer video. That's a cat that really does understand the finance of boxing. I would love to have a conversation with Richard Schaffer so he can break down how these boys make that money. And all I got to do is hear it one time, and it'll be stuck forever in my head. But I'm interested to know. Oh man, I would love to talk to Richard Schaffer, man. I just gotta have it broken down. I just want to see what is a spreadsheet. Can I get a spreadsheet with no totals? That's all I need. I don't need any totals. I don't need anything. I just need the column, dog. I just need the column. Completely blank. Man, I would love to know that, man. Yeah, he was a banker. That makes sense. That dude knows that money easy. And he started saying things like, wow, and he came at it from a point of view that I had never thought about. Blood, you a fool. Oh, man. Look, he came at it from a different point of view, man, that I never even thought about. Because, I don't like pay-per-view. Just to be real, I don't like pay-per-view. So if you want to sell me on the idea they're not being pay-per-view, I'm all ears. But I didn't come at it from the point of view of a boxer, right? And I'm like, hold on, you're right. Why would somebody want to go to you to be on, man, dude, seriously, this was a financial dude who really did slap the teeth out of Eddie Hearn. Slap the teeth out of him. Right out of his mouth. Why would somebody like Adrien Broner and Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder and all these guys who are really, really trying to get to pay-per-view, why would they go to a platform that, although you might pay them a little more money now, you cap how much money they can make? So they will never, because they're on a budget. They're like, you're on a budget. It's coming out of the budget. So if the money's coming out of a budget, there's a finite or a set amount of money, a ceiling to the amount of money they can make. So you're limiting their potential right there. Why would they want to do that? He's like, Floyd Mayweather Jr. would have never earned $500 million if he was getting paid off of somebody's budget. I was like, yeah, dog, slap him, man, slap him. And he was doing it so politely. But I swear, I'm going to that video. I'm going to damn near memorize that line by line. I'm going to go. I understand what he was saying. But he said it so smoothly and so politely, saying, and then he said, I thought it was 4 years and a 4-year deal with a 4-year option. Richard Schaffer said he heard it was a 2-year deal with a 6-year option. And he's like, yeah, these guys are real capitalized, which means, they got a lot of money backing them. But they're like, the U.S. market is different than other markets are. And Eddie Hearn doesn't have any fighters. He's got dates. He's got money. He doesn't have any fighters. So, and he doesn't have any eyeballs. Like, he's like, he doesn't have any subscribers. He doesn't have any fighters, and he's got 2 years to get it done. And the investors are going to want to see their return before they re-up. And it's a 2-year deal. So it might not even be the $1 billion deal. It might be the $250 million deal. And it might not just be a $250 million deal, depending on whether or not they're actually paying this stuff off of some amount of it is given. Of the licensing fees are based on the back end, like people like to do that back end. But I would love to see it, man. Very interesting stuff. Very educational video, man, from Richard Schaffer. I haven't heard a lot of cats who are promoters really break it down like that, man. And I can see Oscar De La Hoya is one of the dumbest dudes ever. He's an idiot. How in the world do you lose Richard Schaffer? You're working with Richard Schaffer and Al Heyman, and you lose both of them. God, dog. He had a whip. And he just snorted his whip, snorted it away, man. Those are, seriously, man, that's like, most people want to interview fighters, go ringside. I would so much love to sit down and just watch in a meeting with Al Heyman, laying out, his pitch to a fighter, right? And how he's going to earn money and what that was going to be, what that's about. And then Richard Schaffer. It would just be lovely, man. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. He is phenomenal. Yeah, he's an idiot. He had 2 world-class dudes working for him, man. World-class, top-notch dudes, man. Clearly top-notch guys. And guys that have impeccable reputations. You still don't hear anybody say anything. I've not heard people speak poorly of Richard Schaffer. And I haven't heard anybody speak poorly of Al Hayman other than some rumors that Beyonce don't like him over some concert, you know? But come on, man, you got guys acting loyal to him. He's crazy, man. AK, AJ, AK, and finna lose Johnson, dog. Oh, Tiger X said Richard Schaffer built Golden Boy. He did. He had Golden Boy East. He had Golden Boy West. He had prime Hall of Fame level partners, right? He had a terrific manager representing his signing fighters and blew it. and blew it. But hey man, you live, you learn. It is what it is, man. So let me go back to these comments. Let me back up. Hey, we got 120 people in the building, 206 people in the building, 120 likes. Let's get the likes up. Or should I say, let me see if I can get a dislike. There you go, baby. I was going to say Ass Juice Johnson. Ass Juice Johnson is not going to fight Deontay Wilder. There you go. Okay. So I can get me a dislike out of one of you dudes. I know you're listening. Al Hayman and Richard Schaffer led the way in terms of making money, so why not follow their lead? Oh man, because the egomaniacs, because it's his way, man. Because it's probably because it was his way or the highway, and he wasn't invested in it, And he's a boxer, so he thinks he knows boxing better than people. I would guess. I don't know, but hey, man, you lose those two type of dudes, you're tripping. Oh, JMJ 2121. He said, yeah, Richard Sherman went in on Eddie Hearn and his Zone Stream app. Yep, I heard it. And he was polite when he did it, but he basically was like, look, he called him $1 billion Eddie, which is like, man, that thing ain't no $1 billion. You just laying that shit way out there, huh? You just go. Oh, Jimmy J Smooth Network. What's going on, man? Hey, man, I'm glad you're in the house, man. Thank you. We got the 4 dislikes. Thank you, guys. At least let yourself be known. You've probably been blocked for saying something stupid, so you really can't talk. But don't worry. I'm going to undo my blocks in a second so I can let the Wrench Gang feed on you. When you come back talking craziness, dog. But we know you're listening now. Don't get crazy. I know you're listening. Oh, somebody changed the dislike to like. Thought I still might have had a certain dude up in here. World Break. Oh, that's not me. DFW Boxing is back. Yes, sir. It's back, and it's going to be back in an effect. Was it June 16th? Yes, sir. Dallas is on and popping. It's the center of the boxing world, June 16th. I love how these butthurt UK fans talking about how Adrien is making a mistake like they know. Man, exactly, like But see, that should tell you, man, look, you guys are the small fish. It's just what it is, man. I went to a small college, right? I went to a small undergraduate, right? We only had we might have had like 2,000 people in the whole school. Roughly 2,000, maybe 2,500 people, right? And then I would go up to LSU and I would see, God, dog, look at all these buildings, and the college just went on and on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? You had to drive through the campus. There ain't no driving through my school's campus. You walk through that mug, and you might leave it and not realize it. That's just the big time. That's just a big school, big budget, big team, big everything. But when you sit on your own little campus, you think you're the man. And that's what some of these guys are thinking. There's a reason why Ricky Hatton came here. And there's a reason why Anthony Joshua wants to come here. And Eddie Hearn is trying every trick in the book to come here. It's because it's where the money is, man. Oh, Lawrence RBE says, Fanon, you seem to be giving Stephen A. Smith a pass on a mediocre interview. How do you avoid asking about 50 million plus? Because he doesn't know. He didn't even know he doesn't half know the dude's name. He was more interested in talking about the NBA playoffs. He's like, oh man, we got Anthony Joshua here on my show. We're calling in. I'm doing it from my living room, when I got 15 minutes off because, shit, these other dudes wasn't available today. So let me talk to him. Yeah. Nice meeting you at the basketball game. What'd you think about the basketball game? Okay, great. So are you going to fight Deontay Wilder or not? That was the crux. That was pretty much the interview right there. But Stephen A. Smith doesn't know much about boxing. So the fact that Stephen A. Smith can do a mediocre interview on boxing, hey, that's a good show because I've heard him do some atrocious commentary on boxing. Atrocious. Think about the first fight, the fight with Jeff Hearn versus Manny Pacquiao. When he said that nobody knew, he put, what is it? Nobodies, a bunch of no names, or say put no name and no names. I'm saying. Oh, he said throw in Stephen A. Smith not knowing about how many belts AJ had. It's okay. Yeah, dude don't know nothing about it. He's like, you got 2 championships. That was dated material or something he was on. Took some quick notes, ran to Wikipedia. Wikipedia wasn't updated, He was terrible. Well, I mean, he just doesn't know boxing. He just doesn't know boxing. And he definitely doesn't know the history behind this offer. Like, dude, he offered you $50 million. He offered you $50 million. How do you pay? If I believe if he would have known that, he would have said it. Hold on. Anthony Joshua, you can't tell me you were offered $50 million. I could just hear it. How are you going to pass up $50 million? Well, money's not important to me. Get the fuck up out of here, man. Oh, hey, thanks, Corey Lee. Appreciate that, man. Oh, yeah, man. So, look, man, we violating these subscriber rules. K Black Boxing in the house. Please subscribe to K Black Boxing. Please subscribe to Corey Lee Boxing, World Breaker Fighting, and all the great channels out here. Black Hand, Horseman Promotion. We got a bunch of good channels up in here, man. Oh, yeah, dog. That's funny. How he look how he interviewed Terrence Crawford. I didn't see the Terrence Crawford video, man. I did not see it, but I'm sure it was, hilarious, man. I'm sure it was because he doesn't know anything about boxing, man. I might as well be talking to a baseball player. Seriously. There's no amount of preparation I can do in a day to be able to interview a baseball player. Because honestly, man, I don't know who won the World Series for the last 6 years. I think and the last person I know for sure won the World Series was the Kansas City Royals. But I have no idea who won it last year. I have no idea. I couldn't name I can't name anybody in the starting lineup for the American League All-Star team. I just don't know anything about baseball at all. And I don't know anything about football. I just don't pay any attention to it. So that's where he is with boxing. He just don't know. You know what I mean? The Wonderful Life of Bob J said, Fanon, what it do? Think and would do if Deontay Wilder pulls up on him. Oh, what would he do? Anthony Joshua do? Oh, man, that dude would call the police. That dude, hey, oh, no, I know what he do. He come up smiling. Hey, Dante. Hey, Dante. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, mate? He do some shit like that. Try to smile and, hey, and smile for the picture. That type of crap. He ain't getting buck. I know that. He ain't going to try to jump bad. He going to try to kind of mean mug him or something. Oh, that's what's up, K Black. Hey, man, I'm happy that happened for you, man. Keep it grinding, dude. Keep it grinding. Oh, man, he would just smile, man. He'd smile and try to take a picture. You know what I mean? Something like that. But he already said, Hey, K Black, man, can we not do that anymore, though? Seriously, it's unfair, man. because there's a lot of people in here that have channels, and I really don't like that, man. I gotta be truthful. Hey, Carl Burrell is my dude. If Carl Burrell asks me to shout him out, I will shout him out in a heartbeat, man. But please, let's not do that, man. I mean, I really don't like that. Because I shout people out all the time, man, in their channels. I'll do it. I'll stop a video. I'll stop it in a second, man. All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Oh, yeah, man. Town business. What's good, man? Oh, yeah, man. So, that dude ain't about to, man, he just would run for the hills. Or, he might have some bodyguards. He got some bodyguards. He has some little dude with him. Not little dude. Next to him, he might have been a little dude. One and done. Said Fanon on the check-in. What's good with you, man? One and done. What's good? Angel Morales is laughing at something. All right, man. Let me go back up. Oh, yeah. Cashel Alexander said Fanon. Stephen A. Smith called Jeff Horn. Joe Horn. Yeah, man. He just don't care, man. He's cutting him a favor, mentioning him anyway, man. Lawrence RBE, man, much love in the super chat. He said, I hope AJ get asked about that $50 million on record. It would be a shame if AJ leaves the U.S. without being asked the questions boxing's fans have. I got that, man. 9-4. Hey, I also called out a channel, and that was because it was biased. It was about to go down here, just the name. Oh, no, I don't mean that. I mean asking people to subscribe, checking videos out, that type of stuff. And that's primarily just because, man, I try to read the comment section, and when I see that, it just kind of throws me off, and it also takes the conversation off of what we're talking about at the time. And it's already hard enough to keep up with, we got 200 people in the chat. So anyway, man, but plus, man, I'll tell you any day in the world, man, just say, if you want to shout out, dude, just say Fanon, shout this dude out. And if I see it, I will. And I don't even, sometimes, I mean, hey, man, there's a lot. The more people making good boxing content, the better. But yeah, Lawrence RB, I'm 100% with you on that, man. I think it would be a shame if somebody didn't answer that question. But he's just going to lie. Well, I never really said that. I don't know where that came from. I mean, where's he getting that from? Did you hear that? Did you hear that yourself? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I make 20 million pounds a fight. And, how much does Deontay Wilder make? He'd do something like that where he just would start talking about something other than the question, right? Where did you hear that from? I don't know where you get that from. We needed to see that money guaranteed, and he didn't guarantee that. I didn't see it guaranteed. You'd have to sit this dude down with a Bible. You have to sit him down with a Bible, a judge, and a dude holding a gun and some handcuffs before this dude would fess up and answer your questions correct. Honestly, he's just full of it, man. The dude is full of it. I think he has a tremendous ego, and he's probably used to being treated like a king, and having people blowing smoke up his backside. And it's just, that's just what he is, man, right now. Oh, Don Bay said, nah, you need Jesus himself. Yeah, he might go to the clink off that, man. Just, hey, man, have a say, hey, Jakari Mackey, yeah, thanks, man. I'm about to get on the road again in not too long. I'm in my mom and dad's house, but my mom just had surgery, though, so she can't go on the trip. But my dad and my sister and my son and daughter and some kids from the program, we're going out there. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I believe Joshua has a confidence of what's a bully Mick? P Money's in the house. I ain't see that. What's good, P Money? Blood Boxing says he's a little slow to like a few of them British-based channels that think they're smart. Oh, that one dude is slow as that dude is real slow, man. And just flat out, one of those dudes are just terrible, man. I mean, like, terrible. Like, I at least got sense, man. If I really wanted to, like, I know I'd be lighting into Eddie Hearn, dog. I'm not giving Eddie Hearn anything. I don't care. Eddie Hearn Eddie Hearn could save a little kid's life, dog, in the middle of like jump into the middle of traffic and save a little kid tomorrow. And I just would, the best I could do for Eddie off that was just not make a video that day. Like, he did a good thing. I just won't make a video today. Dogging him. That will be how my homage to him is. I won't dog him about the other crap he did. But short of that dude, I'm on him. I can't stand that dude. I think he's terrible for boxing, man. And he's so insulting. Honestly, man, I never even thought of myself as patriotic. Like, you get these UK guys jumping on the channel saying, if he was an American, if he wasn't American, you just think he's a liar and he's all that because he's not American. Like, man, there's all cut. No, I mean, I think he's that because I am American. I know we got a whole bunch of them over here, man. Eddie Hearn might be a unicorn over there, but he's a dime a dozen over here. We got used car salesmen on damn near, man. We got 1,000 used car salesmen per state, dude. We got 50,000 Eddie Hearns, man. You kidding me? We got crook after crook after crook. You can write a dissertation on the number of crooks that just come out of Chicago. Let alone, dude, sorry, man, ain't nothing new. That's nothing new. This dude is nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing he's trying to do is new. Fanon, is it possible to interview Papa Fanon just talking about boxing? I enjoy the old school point of view. Yeah, man, I might do that. Oh, Carl Burrell said, do you think Dillian White will fight Luis Ortiz or Kubrat Pulev? I think that that Dillian White will only fight Kubrat Pulev. And that's why we haven't heard Eddie Hearn talk anything about Dillian White and Deontay Wilder. Nothing. He was talking about that left front. Well, if you just fight Dillian White first, sign a promotional deal with me and fight Dillian White first. I'll get you your biggest payday ever. When that WBC dropped that thing on him, they yelled about it and ain't heard nothing about it since. He'd be over there. I saw some headlines of an article that I didn't read where Dillian White is getting funky about Kubrat Pulev and telling Kubrat Pulev to sign. And Kubrat Pulev might say, well, how about no? I didn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. I don't want to fight you either. It's not all about money, man. I'm not dealing with y'all for whatever reason. At least Kubrat Pulev came out and told the truth. I mean, if because Anthony Joshua is doing a Kubrat Pulev. Like, he didn't want that Anthony Joshua fight. That was the mandatory. Remember that? It's like we can't fight Luis Ortiz because we have our mandatory, Kubrat Pulev. The IBF mandatory came up first, but what happened? The IBF mandatory pulled out. Did he fight? Did he try to fight Luis Ortiz? And I do believe that was before dude got popped. No, he did not. He went and replaced him with Carlos Takam. Dude, he's full of it. They're full of it. 100% full of it. But you can't. Now back to Stephen A. Smith. You can't expect Stephen A. Smith, being a sports commentator and all, who gets paid millions of dollars to talk about sports, to know all of those things before he sits down with a boxer, or at least, God dog, man. There's all kind of stuff out there, man. He could have figured that out. At least know that he got 2 belts. He got 3 belts. I mean, God dog. Say Stephen A. Snitch. Hey, man, I remember when Stephen A. Smith got put on by Allen Iverson, man. He turned coat on Allen Iverson at the end. But that's who put Stephen A. Smith on, was Allen Iverson. He was Allen Iverson's go-to interview when everybody else was on Allen Iverson's back. Stephen A. Smith was supporting Allen Iverson from whatever that Philadelphia newspaper he used to work for or outlet it was. But hey, man, he got big and he is what he is now. Minstrel show. And I mean it, a minstrel show. He said, I think he's promoted by Golden Girl. Oh, nah, World Breaker fighting. There's worse than him. Trust me, there's worse than him. Oh my good, I'm related to one. That's why I know. Oh Lord. I got a family member, man. If you said, oh my God, man, if I sat down and talked to this, had you talked to this dude, you would be like, wow, you cannot possibly believe what you believe. And he does believe it. And it's like, wow. No, Stephen A. Smith is just, he's just a company man. He's not full-fledged with it, dude. He's not full-fledged with it. They got cats that are just, what's that dude's name? That sheriff dog. He's on something completely different level. Expert Genius said, what up, Fanon? I'm back. What's good, Expert Genius? Corey Lee, Fanon, Oscar, this is Eddie Hearn and PBC yesterday. Yeah, he needs to wipe his nose, get that powder off his collar, man. Ain't nobody listening to that dude. That's the one dude literally can't say anything to anybody. Yeah, my dad says that about Jason Whitlock. Yeah, Sheriff David Clark. Yeah, Jason Whitlock. Yeah, Jason Whitlock too. See, them dudes just, those are the guys that I think it takes a lot of somebody. It takes a really strong personality to be in those circles and have people compliment you and treat you very, very well, and you're friends with them, and your kids hang out with their kids. You're real comfortable. Everything's nice. The house is nice. The glasses, when you drink your whiskey out the glass is a 1/4 of an inch thick, crystal, right? You're feeling good, right? You get to, they'll fly you down to the Hamptons, lend you their little guest house, or, you know what I mean? They get you a nice big paycheck, and, you talk to them about things, right? Share your feelings. But then, when they say, yeah, but that guy over there, I don't really like that dude too much. I think they need to, be a little more responsible, show a little more, what do you call that? They need to take responsibility for their own actions. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Yeah, one of us said 25 centimeter thick Scotch glasses. Exactly, dude. Them things be thick, dog. Them heavy glasses, the type of glass you pick that mug up and you're like, damn, what is this? Like, what is this? Got all kind of engravings in the glass, all that kind of stuff, right? They let you get those shirts. You're sitting down there with your tailor, where they're making your shirts. Right? not when you go to the store and you look for one that fits you. I mean, when you're hanging out with guys and you're going into your tailor, and then they're making your shirts for you, and you go pick up the ones that you ordered last time, your Egyptian cotton, feeling all soft on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes, that can get the better of you. It can get the better of you. It takes some personality, some commitment to your principles, not to fall into that nonsense. And people do it all the time, dog. Oh, MP Vorfest said deep space telescope type glasses. I'm telling you, you've seen them, man. It's like, God dog, what are these things? It's just nice, man. I mean, I'm telling you, I understand, man, right? I am sitting right now, and if I wasn't driving, I would go grab one of those big, thick glasses. It's just, that's where I am at this moment. But it is, some people can live in that environment and still just say, oh, these are nice things. And then they can go to Philadelphia and they can, go see their mama in a row house, go see their friends in a row house in Philadelphia and have a good time, and not look down their noses at somebody, But that's tough, man. That's a tough transition to make for some people. At least that's my take on it, man. Oh, Red Shield says Hong Kong is good for suits. And I'm sure anywhere but the U.S. got to be, because those things are so expensive. But a good one feels good. If you get a cheap one, man, God dog, I hate wearing those things. Antonio McCrae, wow, I think this is the first time we only had one troll. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, we've already, I'm actually gonna do the, I gotta get the wrench gang going again. I'm gonna go ahead and let some trolls off the leash, let them back into circulation. So he had some fun. World Combat Sports Steven disappointed many U.S. fans for now. Wilder interview was more honorable, absence of any consciousness. Smith downplayed our heavyweight division. Wilder interview was honorable, absent of any contentiousness. Smith downplayed our heavyweight division. Well, here's the thing. I have to see. You're talking about the Wilder. I haven't seen the Wilder interview with him. I have to go check that to comment on that. Oh, Unadulterated Truth said I missed the start. You in Philly? No, I'm not in Philadelphia. We might pass through there. My father's from Philly. That's what made me think of Philly and row houses, because that's where my grandmother lived, and we would always go visit her. Rest in peace. And actually, my uncle lived there too, and that's their house burned down. But Ellen Fanice said, "For now, you recycling trolls." I might let them off the leash. Well, there's some good people there, man. I've been getting some comments from people on other things about asking to get them unblocked. So when people ask me on other channels, I've been unblocking them. So I figured I might just let it flow for a second, and then see if we can go see if there's some people that want to comment that just aren't able to. You say Antonio McCray said, "Yeah, for now, feed them to the wrench." Yeah, dog, they gonna get smacked out again. Judith True said, "Bring trolls, bring them out, bring them out." Yeah, I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do it when I got time later on tonight when I get to this next hotel. Because I'm telling you, man, I'm not gonna go all the way out to Virginia in one stretch, man. I used to do that, man. My family prides ourselves on getting in the car, and if it's 18 hours, dude, we rolling for 18 hours. Gas station breaks, might switch a driver once, but other than that, we rolling. But I'm not doing that this trip. This trip, I'm going to enjoy time with my dad, my sister. We got this big, long Suburban, real comfortable. Oh, Brandon B said, "I don't consider AJ's black." Yeah, AJ's black. OJ's black. AJ's black. OJ, AJ. Same thing. Don't be surprised, dog. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if AJ turns into OJ. Anon 4 said, but AJ is black, not something he can run from like the Wilder fight. Nope, can't run from that yet. Hills might say something, "I'm not black." No, he's already got a tattooed on his arm, so we'll see if he puts some daisies or a Union Jack over that. That's what I'm betting, dog. That's what I'm betting, dog. I'm betting he put a Union Jack over that Africa. Go ahead and put that Union Jack. Go put a picture of Queen Elizabeth I over that Africa tattoo, dog. Put the one that locked up Africa on top of Africa. OJ, AJ, same thing, dog. That's what I'm about to start calling him. OJ Joshua, OJ Johnson. Man, I hate that I missed that, man. What's going on, Deion Washington, Chi-Town? Hey, man, I'm right up here, man. I'm right just on the other side of Indiana, man. Just on the Indiana side. Oh, One and Done has said AJ is no coon if that's what you're getting at. He's from Nigeria. He's Nigerian descent and very proud of it. No, I'm just making fun of him. I don't know if he is or he's not, dog. I'm just saying. I'm making fun of him. You do the nonsense that you do, don't be surprised if your boy gets dogged out. Seriously. Cats are going to say anything about a dude. I can just call a dude a liar and cut it there. But that's not as fun. OJ Simpson got black kids, got a black wife, used to have an afro. All those good things. All those good things. Black people got him out of jail. He gave him a little pound fist, the whole nine. But he's not a man of his word, One and Done. He's not a man of his word. Oh, and Don't Lunch. They got a whole bunch of funny ass Nigerians too. They got some funny Nigerians, man. Oh, said what about Nigeria for some of the biggest ones? Oh, they do. Oh, especially when they come to the States. Wow. When some of those dudes come to the States, now I've got some Nigerian professors that were real cool, but Don't Lunch. Some of them dudes come to the United States And they, oh my God, man, it's like you gotta just, hey man, pull your nose out of the sky, man. But it is what it is, man. He said there have been plenty of Nigerian house Negroes throughout the history, if that's what you mean. Oh yeah, I've met some dude. Ah man, those dudes ain't scam artists. I don't believe that they're, well, you know, I gotta admit, man, I went to Africa. Those dudes will haggle, dude. Ralph Tresvant. Who's Ralph Tresvant? You talking about Daniel Jacobs? Who you mean Ralph Tresvant? Daniel Jacobs? Kaz, don't they have like a 50-foot tall statue of white Jesus in Nigeria? Let me tell you, man. You know what is worse than that statue? The name Nigeria, man. So I'm trying to tell you, man, MP4 Viz, they be way up there, man. But you know the name Nigeria, it basically means land of the dummy, land of the ignorant. It's the dark land, and dark land is as opposed to enlightened. It literally means the land of dummies, and that's what the name of the country is. They didn't give that name to themselves, but they keep it and keep saying it. Like, how could you be lame in your name? I know you don't. Do you know what that means? Land of darkness. The land of darkness. And they just roll with that. You know what I mean? They just roll with it. I'm Nigerian. Man, please. I know Brazil got one. Nigeria got one. Shoot, United States got one. We got one on about like 7 of them on every corner. We got in black neighborhoods in the United States, we got one in like 2-3 of them every block. Lots of people in Nigeria are making bank there. Don't fool yourself. Of course they are. That's the richest land in the world, probably. The guys coming over from Nigeria that come to the United States, a lot of those guys are majorly wealthy. And I don't think anybody's fooling themselves. Most of the people that I've met coming over from Nigeria are very well educated, and and many of them are ridiculously wealthy. That's why I said pull your nose out of the sky, dude. Pull your nose out of the sky. And no, those cats have, and it's not bank fraud that gets that money. No, Nigeria is very wealthy. It's a very wealthy land. Yeah. African continent is suffering from colonialism still a lot. Absolutely. Because honestly, I think it's, from my understanding, it's the only one of the few areas in the world that really doesn't even need anybody. Like I think that Africa needs more than anything is for them to get everybody out of there and them figure it out themselves, because they don't need anybody for anything. I mean, they don't need anything. They don't need any wood from you. They don't need anything from you. They don't need oil from you. They don't need anything from you. They just pretty much that's it. They don't need anybody. They can grow their own crops. They have plenty of land. They've got plenty of water. They've got rivers for energy. They have everything that they need, dude. The only thing that they need is to get the World Bank and the IMF off their back. You know what I mean? And get rid of the debt. That's what they need to do. Get rid of the financial institutions that claim that they owe them. Other than that, they don't need anybody. Anyway, that's my take on it. For not, they should call him Femi, big effeminate. Corruption as well. Yeah, but corruption is, a lot of that would go away if you might have to fight it out and work it out or whatever. I don't know. But I know this. They can figure it out themselves. Fanon, SJ in the building. Hey, what's going on, SJ? Fish, how you feeling, man? Well, look, y'all, I'm about to roll out. I think I've done my hour. I'm over my hour. I'm going to get to my family. I appreciate all y'all, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you guys in the super chat for for supporting the cause. And I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. It's always wonderful to talk. I want to give a special shout out to my man MP4 Vids. What is good with you, sir? I missed you in the last couple of live streams. Thank you for coming. Want to have another good conversation with you, man. Just, on the phone or whatever. Just have a good talk, man. I enjoy talking with you. Hey, thanks, Bo, man. I appreciate that, man. John Hu says Africa needs to get rid of banks that control them. It is destroyed by debt. Yeah, I mean, that's the big trap. You know, that's a big trap. And it's going to be in a lot of trouble in Nigeria specifically if they don't watch out. Oh, yeah, said I've been busy, man. But hey, that's all good, man. When you guys fighting again? Before I go, man, MP4 Vids, when you guys going to be on again? When is Money Pal, the money man, going to be fighting again? Money Pal the fourth. Because I know you guys should be fighting pretty regularly at this stage. So is it a month, 2 months, something like that? 3 months? Because I was thinking at this stage, what are you going to fight? Like 4 or 5 times? 5, 6, 7 times a year at this stage of the development? Maybe late June. Okay, yeah. So I figured to be right around the corner. That's what's up. All right, man. I'm looking forward to MP4, man. That's MP4. All right, y'all. Much love in the super chats. Much love to all the subscribers and the haters. Appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. And we'll be back, man. I'm definitely gonna drop some videos later today. Might do a live stream, not sure. But with that, hey, what's going on, man? Junior the Super Dog, Coco Bear. Man, that name is long, man. That's funny, man. I like that. That's what's up. All right, man. Hey, man. Blessings to you, Stephon Bailey. And with that, I am out. Peace.